Good evening and welcome friends to this Sunday edition of This Is Exclusive, in which I'm going to bring to you a scoop, literal. It seems that there was a conspiracy, a plan, a deathly plan to get that stampede going in the night of January 29 at Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. It's a dangerous plan if true, and I'm getting it from sources that indeed there was a conspiracy to let mayhem rule. Who are those behind this conspiracy is something the investigators are working on, and we'll get you those details as and when they can, because as of now, remember, there is a judicial inquiry also going on. But I have it from top post sources that the Kumbh stampede of January 29 had an element of conspiracy to it. I'm going to focus on that with a senior cop and of course our reporter on the ground. Let me get you the headlines first. A big scoop on Mahakumbh stampede with the Republic. Was the stampede a result of conspiracy? Bringing to you the exclusive details in a few minutes from now. Yunus's nasty game plan out in open, bringing the big exclusive in a short while from Bangladesh. Is it a long-term plan to finish off democracy in our neighbor?
ऐसे दिल्ली में वोटिंग से पहले ही झाड़ू के तिनके बिखर रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Modi leads BJP's charge for Delhi poll share again, says AAP's Jhadu is falling apart already. All right, friends, as I promised, I bring to you this exclusive input coming in from investigators who are there on the ground at Mahakumbh in Prayagraj, and they have stumbled upon elements of conspiracy. They are concerned that somebody could plan something as dastardly as this, and so they are being meticulous insofar as gathering of evidence is concerned. At the same time, they have to make sure that the evidence is prosecutable. A big expose on the Mahakumbh stampede. CCTV footage, according to top sources, suggests that there was clearly a plan to let a lot of people converge at one place and then to create a stampede-like situation and let mayhem rule at that spot where the stampede actually took place. Look at this. Now, this gathering of thousands and hundred thousands of people happened despite the administration warning that people should not be moving in that direction. So why did the people move? And now CCTV footage from at least 6 locations ahead of this spot, which is called the Sangam Nose, and CCTV footage suggests that there were people, a set of people, working to push people, move people, despite and against administration's advice in this direction. And those people are being marked out. Miraculous spade work is going on. And some of the CCTV footage has been shared with the Judicial Commission of Inquiry set up by the Yogi Adityanath government. And I spoke to top cops, and they said that at these places they have also captured individuals talking about bombs having gone off, leading to anxiety, chaos, panic, and the stampede. So it's not just about people wanting to go for their ritualistic path, but it's about people being moved in one direction as part of a conspiracy, despite the administration not wanting it to happen. Ajay Dubey is joining us live from Prayagraj. And Ajay, you are there on the ground. I have myself spoken to some senior officers who were investigating this conspiracy element. What are you hearing on the ground? Because there seems to be CCTV footage connecting a group of people with the rumor mongering and the panic that really set people going in the direction of the Sangam nose on the night of January 29.
Definitely, that it was very surprising, and that's what police is investigating. Various agencies of Uttar Pradesh, they are right now investigating this issue, and the Nyayik Ayog, which is investigating this issue, they have shared few important evidences to that agency, to that Ayog also. So that is what is happening right now in Uttar Pradesh, and it was very shocking what happened that day, because there was, as we can see in various CCTVs, and apart from CCTV visual, there are various media bites where people are telling that there were some people reached on the bus and they started shouting some slogans and started pushing people. So that's what they are investigating right now. There are evidences, as in CCTV visuals, there are evidences of digital content. That's what they are tracking right now, and there are few contacts and SIM IMEI numbers also, which STF is also investigating. So various agencies of Uttar Pradesh police is looking after this issue, and apart from that, while Nyayik Ayog is in Prayagraj, in the Kumbh premises, they are also investigating, and police is arranging CCTVs of various spots where they are identifying there is some issues related to that visual.
Okay, and Ajay, also tell us, who could these people be? Is it political in nature, this conspiracy, and aimed at tarnishing the government, because the kind of projection that the Kumbh arrangements were getting, that everything is being taken care of, that the administration is on its toes. Has somebody planned this, or did it happen because the objective was clearly to malign the image of the local administration insofar as arrangements of Kumbh are concerned?
Definitely, what we are getting few visuals from social media where a few of ladies, they are telling that there were some workers with political natives. That's what they were giving some political slogans also. So there are possibilities for this thing also. And while agencies are looking for the
guest. Okay, I think we lost the line there with Ajay, and we'll try and connect again with him. But these are pictures from earlier of the exact time when the stampede started. And as I mentioned, I've spoken to cops, and they say that they are meticulously working on gathering evidence, which is leading them in the direction of the possibility of conspiracy, of a plan to let the stampede happen, and the CCTV footage is helping them. And I'm told NND Dubey, Mr. Dubey is former DIG of the BSF and also of NIA. He has worked on anti-terror cases, and he's joining us live. And very good evening to you, Mr. Dubey. And you would have heard this information that we are gathering from topmost levels of administration in Uttar Pradesh, which suggests that the stampede did not happen on its own. There was an element of conspiracy. There is CCTV footage which is connecting just one group of people at 5-6 locations, trying to move people in one direction. And remember, we have from earlier footage where administration senior officers can be seen asking people not to be there, not to gather. You think this is a plausible reason the stampede happened, that there was a conspiracy and some people executed it?
This could be the reason. Actually, I have returned from Mahakumbh yesterday only, and per chance I was there on 30th. I reached on 30th, and I decided not to be there on 29th, knowing very well there's a largest gathering of human being on the earth at Mahakumbh Prayag. Nobody, I mean, there is no doubt about it. So the entire gathering and DOTs, they have been very vulnerable for any small thing to happen, and that could be the reason to lead to a stampede. Because for just you see to do some sabotage or bomb explosion something, that may not be necessary to cause a stampede. If the investigating agency are emerging with certain evidences, some proof, some digital proof, some conversation footage, and it's leading to the indication of certain group which have been responsible for creating any false propaganda, any false information about anything, whether it happens or not, that is, I think, more than enough for any stampede to take place where people are moving like wave, head to head, feet to feet. I mean, you cannot count the head counts.
Mr.
So
Dubey,
if there has been reason, then it's good enough.
Since you're saying that you actually have just returned from the same place and you participated in Kumbh and you would have gone to Sangam Nose with that, a senior officer's eye, with the investigator's eye, is it believable that some people actually conspired, as can be seen from the CCTV footage, which it has been submitted, in fact, I can tell you, has been submitted to the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, which has been set up by the Yogi government, that this could be managed on the ground with a bomb hoax thrown in and attempt to push people in one direction? You think this could have been done?
That possibility cannot be ruled out, because in such case, explosion of bomb is not necessary. Because as we all understand, there is a possibility of exploding a bomb is not so easy. But to just spread a rumor that this something kind of that is going to happen, it's a good enough for the people to get panic, to rush, and there was no elbow space to take shelter to any direction. So that could be one of the possibility, provided the Judicial Commission is getting access to those critical evidences which are supporting to such type of misinformation and such antisocial people, whosoever they may be motivated from anything. There may be a political motivation, there may be motivation from anything. But if it is being substantiated by certain evidences digitally, or by photos, by footages, by certain other evidences. Many people have collected the evidences from the ground itself.
Right.
So Judicial Commission might be getting access to those things, but possibility cannot be ruled out.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dubey, for joining us. And remember, this is based on clear conversations that I have myself had with the senior officers, part of the investigation team. The STF is in possession of a lot of evidence. They're piecing it together because they want it to be absolutely unimpeachable. And an indication of this had come in early. In fact, listening to that reaction in which Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had said how he's determined to get to the very bottom of this stampede conspiracy.
अखाड़ा मार्ग के बैरिकेटिंग्स को तोड़ने और उसके बाद उससे कूद करके जाने के कारण वहाँ पर हुआ है, जिसमें 30 के आसपास लोगों की दुखद मृत्यु हुई है। 36 घायलों का प्रयागराज में उपचार चल रहा है। शेष घायलों को उनके परिवार के सदस्य लेकर के चले गए हैं। घटना दुखद है, मर्माहत करने वाला है। उन सभी परिजनों के प्रति हमारी पूरी संवेदना है। घटना अत्यंत दुखद है। मृतकों के प्रति मेरी विनम्र श्रद्धांजलि है। जितने भी मृतक के परिजन हैं, उन सभी परिवारजनों के प्रति जिन्होंने अपने परिवार के सदस्यों को खोया है, मेरी संवेदनाएं हैं। विनम्र श्रद्धांजलि उनके प्रति संवेदना मेरी है। और इस पूरी घटना की हम लोग न्यायिक जांच करवा करके इसकी तह में भी जाएंगे।
All right, if this is a conspiracy which led to the death of 30 people at Mahakumbh and it was just aimed at embarrassing the administration, then it cannot be more diabolical than that. The cops are going to go to the bottom of that, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we get those tapes which are shared with the Judicial Commission. Moving on. Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh, and he's, as of now, the chief advisor, self-styled chief advisor of a government which is not democratically elected, but there seems to be a nasty plan now set up in place or put in place by his administration, which is aimed at finishing any possibility of democracy returning in Bangladesh. And it seems that there is a plan put in place by the Yunus government to weed out selectively those who are opposed to the present government and those who have been pro-Awami League, the government that was in power, the democratically elected government that was deposed in a coup. Let's listen into a tape which Republic has accessed, in which a police commissioner of Chittagong, he's heard instructing his subordinates to literally shorten the lifespan of Awami League associated people by subjecting them to violent mob beatings before arresting them. The press secretary of Dr. Yunus has made his position on the so-called interim government clear by saying that anyone organizing under the banner of Awami League will face the full force of the law, which means the cue has come from the top, and now police commissioner simply implementing the authorization policy. Listen in.
ছড়াচ্ছিল এরপর একজনের ধরার চেষ্টা করেছে এবং সকল থানাকে সতর্ক করা হয় লিফলেট বিভিন্ন জায়গায় বিতরণ করার চেষ্টা করবে তারা, বিশেষ করে জুমা নামাজের আগে পরে মুসল্লিদের মধ্যে লিফলেট ছড়ানোর চেষ্টা করবে। সেইটাকে পাবে যখন লিফলেট ছড়াইতেছে বুঝলা, আগে আয়ু অর্ধেক কমাবে, পিটাইয়া পাবলিকলি পিটাইয়া অর্ধেক আয়ু কমাবে। 25 বছর আয়ু থাকলে এটা 12 বছর বাড়াবে, পিটাইয়া তারপরে থানা নেবে। এখন যেখানে ধরছে ছিল এটার অবস্থা কিন্তু মুমূর্ষ। ওই ছাত্ররাই মোটামুটি কাজ পুলিশের কাজ করে দিচ্ছে, পুলিশ তো করবে না, ওরাই করে দিচ্ছে। এই অবস্থার এই সমস্ত ছাত্রলীগ যুবলীগ এরকম ভাবে পলিটিক্যাল কাজকর্ম করবে, লিফলেট ছড়াবে, মিছিল করবে, এইগুলারে থানায় আনার আগেই আয়ু অর্ধেক কমে আনতো।
All right, we have in fact a guest from Bangladesh. He's Shafiul Alam Chaudhry. He's a member of parliament and has been a member of parliament. He's organizing secretary of the Awami League in Bangladesh. Very good evening to you, Mr. Chaudhry. And we heard those tapes and it is dangerous. We are aghast that this is happening. Can you confirm that this is a police commissioner talking about weeding out Awami League elements from Chittagong?
Yes, not only Chittagong, some other districts, police commissioner and SP, superintendent of police, and student activists, they declared Awami League did not rule any political program. They are protect them, but it is totally illegal, and government official, they are served to people, served to government. They are not partisan. But Yunus government is a fascist government. They try to use all government machinery against Awami League, and the all over countries they killed, burned, raped our Sanatan and Hindu religious several areas.
So, Mr. Chaudhry, then this is a clear case of fascism of a kind where Yunus regime from the topmost levels is sanctioning this kind of witch hunt. Is Awami League going to do something about it? Are you going to raise it at some platform for say, if not within Bangladesh, because maybe nobody is there to listen to you, then internationally?
Yes, we try to, in our country and abroad, we contact in international forum Mr. Yunus, everybody know he is a Nobel laureate, but his character is fascist. And looks in Myanmar, there is Aung San Suu Kyi. What is happened? Mr. Yunus, he follows the Suu Kyi's road, and Mr. Yunus is a totally collapse, and Mr. Yunus government totally against the Bangladeshi people. You know, there is a law and order situation is very bad.
Yeah.
Among in court area, there is no lawful activity.
Yeah.
You know, in Chinmoy Prabhu did not get the bail.
Yeah. It is clear, you know, this is not just about a majority targeting a minority, which could be said in the case of the Hindu community, but this is clearly a case of anti-democratic human rights purge being carried out by the Yunus regime, which has plunked itself undemocratically, taking help of international forces. We saw Alex Soros, for example, visiting Dhaka just last week. Thank you so much, Mr. Chaudhary, for joining us with that update on what's the situation in Bangladesh. And with that, we come to an end of this bulletin. That's what we could pack in those 20 minutes. Thanks for watching. Short break. News is back on the other side.